Mr. Speaker, sir, Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, Cabinet Ministers, Assistant Ministers, and all members of Parliament, and Kemundo, Wanvuli, Gasnivuli, Kemundo na Tumbutumbu, my Belly Memorial School, my Vitawa, Raki, Andranandra. I rise today to provide an update on the government's transformative initiatives supporting MSMEs. That is the backbone of Fiji's economy and the catalyst for inclusive economic growth. And I wish to acknowledge the former DPM, Honorable Kamkamida, for the transformative work done so far. I do so in light of the increasing demand for business support, Mr. Speaker, sir, and the strong performance of our MSME program this year. There's a need to update Parliament on the outcome of the MSME conference and also the reforms underpinning our next phase of growth. This is to amplify the MSME issues raised as questions in this August House, because I saw there are 3 questions in Parliament, which means that there's a need for the public to be well informed on MSMEs. Mr. Speaker, sir, my statement will cover 4 areas of financial and regulatory reforms, program results, lessons from the MSME conference, and how we are positioning MSMEs for Fiji's economic future. Mr. Speaker, sir, the first imperative is SME is a growth engine for Fiji. MSMEs are not merely small businesses, they are Fiji's growth engine. They contribute 18% of our GDP, employ 60% of our workforce, and represent more than 80% of all registered businesses. They are part of the key to unlock a growth pathway to achieve the 5 to 7% targeted growth in years to come. They keep our markets vibrant, communities thriving, and food on our tables. The government's unwavering commitment is to unlock the full potential of these enterprises and create pathways for every Fijian to contribute to and benefit from the nation's prosperity. Mr. Speaker, sir, in order for us to do this, we are providing financial incentives to empower enterprise creation. This financial year, the government has taken bold steps to expand its spectrum of financial incentives, directly encouraging enterprise creation and risk-taking, particularly among youth and women. We have introduced a 150% tax deduction for businesses that donate to accredited startup support programs such as incubators, accelerators, and entrepreneurship development programs. This new initiative or incentive encourages greater private sector and philanthropic investment in the MSME ecosystem and support the growth of scalable businesses. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have a record financial commitment in this financial year. The commitment of the government to MSMEs is tangible and unprecedented. This year alone, MSME support has been allocated nearly 160 million, an increase of 33% from the last financial year, dispersed among multiple ministries. This is our largest allocation to date and represents an investment in resilience and affirmation that MSMEs are vital for absorbing shocks, fostering innovation, and driving inclusive growth across urban and rural Fiji. Our vision is for MSMEs to contribute at least 40% of our gross domestic product by 2030, and that is from the current 18%. Mr. Speaker, sir, we are also employing grant programs to turn ideas into thriving enterprises. Our expanded grant programs ensure that good ideas do not stall for lack of support, and that young people see entrepreneurship as a viable and celebrated path. We have the Young Entrepreneurship Scheme, or the YES. It has been revitalized and expanded, offers grants up to $50,000 for youth-led ventures with breakthrough potential. In the last 3 years, government support has enabled 12 MSMEs to access around $313,000 in YES funding, turning innovative ideas into viable enterprises. We also have the Graduate Business Startup Capital, piloted last year with proven success, has seen its allocation increase in this new financial year, allowing the facilitators, tertiary scholarship and loan services, hotels, and Fiji Commerce and Employees Federation, or FCF, to assist 30 new graduates while still providing support to the pilot cohort of 21 entrepreneurs who have gone on to open their businesses. So every successful applicant receives $5,000 in startup capital, coupled with structured support in business planning, financial management, and marketing. Most recently, FCF and TSLS have signed a memorandum of agreement with the University of New South Wales to provide support in research and product development. Mr. Speaker, sir, we are also driving regulatory reform through the ease of doing business, which I said yesterday, Mr. Speaker, sir. We also have robust monitoring and accountability framework put into place. Mr. Speaker, sir, strong governance is essential to ensuring MSME support translate into sustainable outcomes. Into 2024-2025 financial year, the Ministry has monitored 5,053 MSME projects, an increase of 46% compared to the previous year. Our officers employ COBO toolbox technology for real-time field-based data collection. In the last 3 years, the Ministry has invested over 2,000 MSME recipients to the tune of 8 million. The results are compelling, Mr. Speaker, sir. 2,175 jobs have been generated, sustaining livelihoods for over 8,700 Fijians, with 36% of these positions held by women, reflecting our commitment to inclusive growth. Program's success rate have been exceptional, Mr. Speaker, sir. The IHRDP achieved 89%, the Northern Development Program 91%, and the Trade and Enhancement Program 81%. On average, IHRDP recipients create 4 jobs, while the National Export Strategy creates 28 jobs per recipient, with NES, or the National Export Strategy Supported Enterprise, average around 10 million in annual sales turnover. Mr. Speaker, sir, there are stories of transformation, and we are celebrating a real impact. These statistics represent real livelihood, Mr. Speaker, sir, being transformed. Mr. Inoke Vakitaki of Nandamole Village received 23 foot fiberglass boat and a 40 horsepower engine through the Northern Development Program. His fishing enterprise now generates $350 to $500 weekly, while creating 2 family jobs. Mrs. Margareta Resole of Rakraki, supported by the Trade Enhancement Program, operates a successful food stall earning 850 to 1,500 weekly, becoming a role model for other women entrepreneurs. The Vandra Cooperative on Ngau Island achieved robust sales growth from 10,690 to over 11,000 monthly between February 2024 and February 2025, thanks to the support from the IHRDP program. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have strengthened support pathways as well, and this is in response to monitoring and evaluation findings. We have implemented key measures. One is business training for recipients, focusing on financial literacy and skills required to run a business, such as marketing, risk management, etc. Also, we have targeted support for red flagged projects through follow-up visits, mentoring, and more frequently communications on advisory to overcome stumbling blocks. We also have stronger linkages with Business Assistance Fiji for one-on-one advisory services and access to subsidized financial services. And Business Assistance Fiji, Mr. Speaker, sir, is one entity that hasn't been well utilized. I encourage those with vision or a dream or a tatandra or nabu nabu, if you don't know where to start or go, try them. Business Assistance Fiji. We also have enhanced focus on village-based and maritime region projects. Mr. Speaker, sir, we also carried out the development of Fiji's first national MSME database, and this is in partnership with UNDP to ensure real-time tracking, accountability, and policy responsiveness. Mr. Speaker, sir, the second part of my statement is on the Business Assistance Fiji MSME Conference 2025. The conference, themed Sustainable Tides Connecting MSMEs for Circular Economy, was held on 26 to 27 June to coincide with United Nations MSME Day. Organized by Business Assistance Fiji, the event brought over 300 entrepreneurs and stakeholders to discuss the growing shift towards sustainable production and consumption. Many MSMEs in Fiji are already integrating into circular practices such as recycling, upcycling, organic farming, food waste reduction, repair services, and the development of renewable products. Sustainable Tides symbolizes the evolving role of MSMEs in Fiji as they lead the transition towards a circular economy. Like the ocean's tide, this movement represents resilience, renewal, and continuity, inspiring business to adopt regenerative models that reduce waste, improve resource efficiency, and align economic growth with environmental stewardship. The conference reveals critical insights to shape future government and development partner support, provided the opportunity to meet and develop potential collaborations with key players in the MSME ecosystem. I am told participants call for policy reforms allowing simpler licensing and better access to information. They call for improved access to finance and also stronger climate resilient tools. Digital transformation and AI capabilities emerge as priority as well, as many MSMEs express an excitement about using AI to create marketing content, improve customer engagement, and expand internationally. The government's MSME strategic plan, which is our blueprint for MSME sector development is currently in the final stages of preparation. It will directly address those demands. It will emphasize collaboration between government, development partners, industry leaders, and MSMEs themselves. That is to ensure every enterprise across Fiji has the tools it needs to succeed. These insights are directly informing our national MSME strategic plan, now in its final stages, which will be Fiji's first integrated blueprint for building a competitive and future-ready MSME sector. Mr. Speaker, sir, we are positioning MSME for Fiji's economic future at the same time to ensure equity and future readiness. Our prosperity must be shared, Mr. Speaker, sir, and our growth inclusive, with special focus on women, youth, unemployed, and rural communities. These measures are designed to elevate voices and ideas that may previously have gone unheard. We are ensuring access to skills training, affordable finance, market opportunities, and the digital literacy skills development required for 21st century businesses. Looking ahead, Mr. Speaker, sir, our vision is for MSMEs and cooperatives to compete locally and thrive in regional and global markets. By fostering digital literacy, e-commerce capacity, and export market access, we are future-proofing our MSMEs, helping them to adapt, to innovate, and to scale their business far beyond our shores. Mr. Speaker, sir, in conclusion, its story of success from Nandamole to Raki to Ngau illustrates the tangible transformation possible when MSME support is paired with local ingenuity and hard work. The Ministry remains steadfast in its commitment to empowering micro, small, and medium enterprises, using robust monitoring system to build a more resilient, inclusive, and vibrant economy. The government has moved MSME support from ad hoc assistance to a professional, data-driven, nationally integrated system, something Fiji has never had before. The path forward is clear, Mr. Speaker, sir. The commitment is strong, and the results are already visible. Together, we are building an entrepreneurial Fiji, where every idea nurtured from grassroots upward is given the chance to blossom. Mr. Speaker, sir, God bless you, God bless this August House, and God bless our nation. Naka.